Oh, fuck. So they have made Tom Six, I guess, the director of this movie, of these movies. He's made a third Human Centipede. Why? Why? Someone tell me why. Have these movies been really profitable? Has a lot of money been made off of these movies? Because I doubt that. Has the reviews been all that great for these movies? I doubt that as well. I remember way back when I saw the first Human Centipede movie purely out of curiosity. And I saw it, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was gross, it was disgusting, it's everything that you think it is. But then the second movie happened, and that's where I just almost gave up on horror movies. Movies in general. Just, I could not believe that somebody would let this guy, Tom Six, make a movie like that. Holy fuck. So now we have a third movie, because we needed it, right? We need a third movie. And fuck, okay, so at the very beginning, you see Dieter Laser as this guy, Bill Boss. If anyone remembers this actor from the first Human Centipede movie, he played the crazy obsessed doctor that made the experiment in that movie. Well, here, he's playing a different character, and his assistant, or whatever, Dwight, who just so happens to be the same actor that played the big fat guy in the second movie. So, these two same actors are playing two different characters who have watched both Human Centipede movies, and Dwight especially is obsessed with it. Sounds familiar. So he wants him to recreate this, but in the prison that they're in charge of. So they want to take, what is it, some 500 prisoners, all of them, and create a human centipede, a real life human centipede. And they end up doing just that. What the fuck? Why? Why does this keep happening? I know this is called the final sequence, but holy hell, it better be the last movie. I cannot watch any one of these ever again. I admit, this isn't as bad as Part 2. Part 2 is atrocious. It will forever go down as a horrid piece of shit. This is bad, but it's not as bad as that. This is almost a decent film in comparison. But here you have a lot of bullshit. I mean, for most of this movie, what's it even about? You just see this Bill Boss character who is so psychotic, so over the top and insane. Now, don't get me wrong. Is this actor having a good time playing this character? He sure is. He's having a ball. He's super into it. And I have to give him credit. He's entertaining at times. There's moments where he made me laugh at how absurd he was acting and how into it he was. But he was just... There's one scene where he takes a prisoner. He cuts the back of his uniform and literally cuts his balls off, cuts his balls out, rubs the blood all over his face, and then later has his testicles cooked so that he can eat it for lunch later. That happens in this movie. And that's before you get to all of, I guess, what everybody is waiting for. The 500 human centipede. It happens, but it's really just something that I guess this movie is building towards. I don't know the point of it. I don't know. It's just something that's like, hey, let's just do this because we can do this. I can't believe that Tom Six, who acts in this movie as well, he shows up as a character, or more so himself. He's brought in to reassure that this is scientifically possible. So he's almost like helping them do this. I was hoping that they would have killed Tom Six in this movie just to prove a point. But some of the actors that he got to show up here, Eric Roberts, who maybe at this point I shouldn't be so surprised that he would do a movie like this, but he's here. He's here. Tommy Lister, Debo from the Friday movies. And, you know, he played the president in The Fifth Element. He was in The Dark Knight. He shows up in movies. But he's in this one. Wow. I even recognized the former WWF wrestler Gangrel. Random as fuck, but he's in this movie. And last but not least, Brie Olson is in this film. She's a porn star. I'm not sure if this is like the first movie she's acted in or anything, but as an actress, her acting is just as good as it would be in a porn, I guess. But when you look at this movie, all of it's so over the top and ridiculous. She's the least of the problems. She's very hot. And if anything, her character I feel the worst for in this movie. Some fucked up shit happens to her in this film. This movie is just fucked up in general. It's just filled with unlikable characters besides, I guess, Brie Olson, like I said. But everybody you don't give a shit about. They're all horrible people. You're really just watching some of the most heinous and fucked up things happen to them. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. These two sequels, it's almost like Tom Six is making these sequels to prove that that first Human Centipede movie wasn't that bad. Because it wasn't. In comparison, I'd rewatch that first movie 10 times over if it meant that he would never make another sequel to this. I officially boycott all of Tom Six movies from here on out. I don't care if he goes off and makes a fucking Batman movie. I don't care because I don't want to see Batman or the Joker forcing people to eat people's shit. Because Tom Six is obsessed with human shit and people eating it. I give up. I give up. If it's not obvious, my rating is a fuck you! Oh. One thing is a positive. I now know what my worst movie of the year is. What could beat Human Centipede 3? What is going to beat this? Nothing. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you give a shit about this movie, or if you saw it, what'd you think of it? Like, comment, subscribe. Later.